Hey guys, it's Morgan, and today I'm doing the 13 questions book tag. I wasn't tagged to do this, but I love tags, so I'm gonna do it. So the first question is, what do you order at Starbucks? So I don't go to Starbucks, like, ever. I only go with my grandparents. And I don't like coffee, so I always order a chai tea frappuccino. Yeah, that's what it's called. A chai tea frappuccino is what I always get. Question 2. One thing in my closet that I can't live without. Well, all of my clothes are in there, and I don't like to walk around naked. Well, this blanket. I have an interesting closet. It's got cubbies underneath, and it's got a raised floor, so it's about 2 feet off the ground, and there's 2 big cubbies. And then I have like shelves, like my bookshelves in there with stuff on it, and then there's a shelf up top with all my trinkets, and then my clothes rod. But this blanket goes in that cubby on the right, and I use it every day. I would probably die if I couldn't have it. It's my favorite. And it's not even put away because I was using it a minute ago. Question 3. One thing people probably don't know about me. Let's see. One thing people probably don't know about me. Well, this is really hard. Not because I know a lot of people, but because well, a lot of people who watch this are family members, so like my aunt is gonna know anything I say. My favorite animal is a dolphin. Most people wouldn't know that. Question 4. One thing you want to do before you die. Let's see. I would really like to travel the world. That would be awesome. Question 5. One food I can't live without. French fries are my favorite food. I would eat them every day if they didn't make me fat. But yeah, I just like potatoes, but in the French fry form is my favorite. But like potato salad, mashed potatoes, baked potatoes, all the other potato forms, I love them. Question 6. What quote do you live by? Well, one of my favorite quotes is actually up on my wall. It's, to the world you may just be one person, but to one person you may be the world. And so you're never alone. Someone always cares about you, I guess. Question 7. Number 1 song to listen on iTunes. Well, I don't listen to iTunes, but I listen to Apple Music. And actually, I can find out right now my most listened to song. Let me see. 25 most played. I guess my number 1 most listened to song is Believer by Imagine Dragons. Good to know. Okay. Question 8. What style would you define yourself? Plain Jane. As you can see, I'm wearing a black shirt. I wear a watch. That's it. And capris. Yeah, I'm really rocking. Sometimes, if I'm feeling crazy, I will put my hair in a ponytail. Question 9. Favorite number. My favorite number is 8. And I always thought that my favorite number was 8 because if you flip it on its side, it's the symbol for infinity. Question 10. Favorite color. My favorite color is blue. As you can see, my watch is blue. My water bottle is blue. My lamp is blue. My jacket is blue. My car is blue. My case for my phone is blue. It's my favorite color. Question 11. 2 hobbies. Okay. I like to knit. I have like a box that's almost the size of my bed full of yarn. And then I really love to swim. But I live in Montana, so that's only about 3 months out of the year, sometimes 2, that you get to actually swim outside in the lake. So I don't swim very much because it's too cold here. Question 12. 2 of my pet peeves. Well, I'm a nanny, and one thing that really bothers me is when kids climb around my car and try and push all the buttons in my car, because there are a lot of them. That's a big one. And, let's see. Well, this is just what I'm thinking of right now. I have an uncle who has a traumatic brain injury, and he's also deaf, and he thinks that since he's deaf, you have to look at him to hear him talk, and every time I was like, I can hear you whether I'm looking at you or not. And so he does this thing where he pokes you really hard on the arm or like on the shoulder, or he'll be like, hey, and he'll like shove your arm. It's so annoying. I always yell at him even though he can't hear me. Question 13, guilty pleasures. I really like to read books. I watch too much Netflix. I probably sleep more than I should. I probably eat too much sugar. I don't know. Yeah, that's about it. So I guess if you want to do this tag, I tag you. And that's all the questions. So, yay! Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!